Good day and welcome to my channel again. Today I am excited to share with you something that I enjoy using in Samplitude Pro X, and it's the visualization of your audio signal or audio display. So whatever you have in your mastering section, if you have placed it up there and so on, like this audio signal, when you play it, you can see that the signals are being shown here in these different visualization meters. And I'm going to explain a little bit how they work so that you can start from there to help you mix and help you with your mastering. I know at the beginning when I was having Samplitude Pro X, I was struggling a lot with this visualization. I knew that things must not clip, but I didn't really have an understanding of how they really work and how they can benefit my audio or my mastering or even my mixing signals. So you have got 10 different types of visual displays in Samplitude Pro X: the peak meter, the direction meter, correlation meter, phase oscillator and oscillator, the surround meter, the spectrogram, the spectrogram, this is the spectroscope, and then the spectrogram. And then you have got the beat meter here as to how much audio you can edit the beat that you have, and then the tuner up here, but that's not something we are going to look at. So in total there are 9 of them that we're going to look at. So on your peak meter you have got a 0 up here, and then anything that is clipping is in this red zone. I think you know that already. And then in the direction meter you have got the center here, and you want your signal to remain in the center. If it moves too much to the left, too much to the right, then it will indicate with the color that you have selected or that is by default, and that your signal is not well balanced. And then you have got the correlation meter. You want your signal to be below 90 degrees at 45 degrees on the plus side more, so that it's in the mono phase. It's balanced for the mono phase, so that when you play audio and they are listening through one speaker like they do in shops, then your audio mix will sound very, very well balanced. And then you have got the vectorscope up here, which shows a signal. If things are not well balanced, then it will hit on these sides, and then it will display outside here, and you don't want that. So you want your signal to remain in the middle here, or a ball or a shape, a square, whatever setting you selected. And then if it's in the middle here, that means that it's not well balanced. And then you have got your oscilloscope, yes, and this one basically shows you the sound, how far it's traveling, and you want everything to be in this square up here. You want everything to be balanced up here. If the signal is moving too much that side, that means that it's not balanced. And then you've got your surround meter, which indicates this 0 up here, 0 line up here, is the same one that you find there. And if we open up our mixer, then you can be able to see it as well. Usually it's up here, there, you can see it there. All right, and then you have got your spectrogram, spectroscope, sorry, I get confused between these two. Spectroscope, and this one shows you the frequencies of your signal, your low end, your mids, and then your high end, your mids, and then your low end this side. And each bar up here has a number that you can use for EQing if something is clipping, or you gonna cut something, or you can see how things are balanced. And then up here you have got the spectrogram. The spectrogram shows the signal with color, so that you can be able to see whether your audio is balanced, because if you have a lot of low end, then your signal color will just be down here. But if your audio is balanced, then this whole area here will be colored with the high frequencies and the low frequencies up there. Okay, so, and on the surround sound, before I move on, then you have got the the 0 that I indicated here, which is the same as that, and then you have got the minus 10 dB, the 20 dB, and then you have got the left and the right signal as well. So this also indicates how balanced your audio is towards the left and towards the right. And I will play this track so that I show you some of the stuff again one by one, and we can try and interpret that. Okay, so when we look at the peak meter up here, we can see that this signal is not clipping. It's at a good position. And if we raise the volume up, then it might start clipping up here. So let's look at the direction meter, what it does. Right, so all the way through you can see that your signal is balanced. You can see that it's in the center. Let's look at the correlation and see, and our signal must be indicated here. All right, that is balanced as well, especially that beginning part. Everything is fine there. And then let's look at the vectorscope up here. Okay, let me just raise that volume a little bit. Don't want to blast your ears. Okay, there you can see it's balanced. If you can change your settings by going up here, you can select a different one. The auto one is usually the one that comes. So you want this round ball to be here in the middle, to be and not to be outside there, and you don't want your signal to be one straight line. Otherwise, let me just show you when I go to the mixer. Okay, you can see that the signal has been sent to the left side. And then the signal has been sent to the right side here. So those are things that you do not want when you are trying to balance your signal. You want your signal to be in the middle here, like a round fluffy wool ball or so. Okay, let's check at the oscillator. Okay, so you can see that the volume amplitude is balanced up here. It's not going out, throwing itself all over the place. Let's look at this one. Okay, so the surround meter is telling us currently that where the volume is going towards and in which area it is, and it's below the minus 20 decibels. That's where it is. Let's look at our spectroscope. Yeah. So here we can see that we have got a lot of low end that is coming through. We don't have so much high end that is coming through. If I move the audio up here, let's just see what happens to the signal frequency. So you can see up here that the high end has started to be more visible. So you can use that to see where you need to make cuts, adjustments, and so on, so that you have more high frequency or low frequency and so on, so that your signal is balanced. Okay, spectrogram. Okay, so in the spectrogram we can clearly see that the signal has got a lot of low end and a lot of high end as well. If we take it back here, then you will see we'll have a lot of less high end and more low end. So there it is. You can see that there is more high end, low end being shown, and then there is a low end, then there is high frequencies. Okay, so basically that is how I work when I'm mastering a track or a sound or when I'm mixing, I want to check how things are balanced. Those are the basic things I check. I'm not a fully qualified engineer, but I've experience that has taught me how to use the basics to get by. And I think if you have an idea of how you want to, what you are supposed to do, then I think you will start moving in the right direction, and you will start growing with this visualization and using them more and more for your benefit. And then you can use, for example, let's look at the correlation meter up here. Let's open up the let me just get that. Okay, there we go. Multi-band stereo. So you can see you have got your bass, your mid, your high, and then you have got your gains, and then you have got your left and right pans up there. So you can use this multi-band stereo enhancer if your signal is not balanced. For example, we can take it out of balance so that you have an idea of what I'm trying to say. Okay. So let's play. Sorry, you can see already that the direction meter is going more towards the left, meaning the signal is not balanced. Okay, so that means that my signal is messed up. It's not at the right position. So let's see. And you can even hear that the bass is coming, the low end is coming out more. So let's just reset that. Okay, I'll just bypass it. So you'll come to the bass, you'll solo, and then you start making adjustments. And then as you are making adjustments, you are listening to your track so that it sounds good, but you are also keeping an eye on these two visualizations or meters, direction meter and the correlation meter up here. You don't want to just focus on one and ignore the sound. You want to be able to hear what you are doing, but also see what you are doing, so that when you find a place where everything is balanced in these two, and everything is balanced up here, and everything is balanced in your spectral, let's say no up here. So, and everything is balanced up here and in your spectral scope, then you can also be able to move forward and say, okay, I've made these adjustments, and what else can I do? And you can go to EQing and so on. So I hope this helps you, gives you an idea, and I hope I haven't been a bit confusing, but thank you very much. Please like and subscribe.